Welcome back to Go Figure. Today we're on Lesson 42 of Saxon Algebra Half, Symbols of Inclusion and Division in Order of Operations. Here are two warm-up problems. Go ahead and pause the video, we'll work these out, and then let's check your answers on the other side. Okay, first one, we're simplifying. We need to remember our order of operations. We multiply before doing anything. So we have 2 times 5, which is 10. And then we're going to keep our subtraction symbol. 2 times 2 is 4. And then add 3. And then we want to add and subtract from left to right. So in the order that we read. So 10 minus 4 is 6, plus 3 is 9. Be sure that you're not adding first and then subtracting, because if you added first, you would get 4 plus 3 is 7. 10 minus 7 is 3. So that is why we have our order of operations. Do everything from left to right. Okay, and the second one, 14 minus 2 times 3. We're going to do that 2 times 3 first. So I'm going to put 14 minus 6. And then we're going to add 4 times 5, which is 20. And now add and subtract from left to right. 14 minus 6 is 8, plus 20 is 28. Good. Okay, our learning objectives today. We're going to use parentheses and brackets as symbols of inclusion, and we will implement division in the order of operations. So, symbols of inclusion. These are parentheses, which we've seen before, and they can be used to group numbers together. So up until now, we've seen parentheses used to show multiplication of two numbers that are next to each other. So here we have 12 times 5, 3 times 2, and 8 times 4, using those parentheses instead of a multiplication sign. But we can also use parentheses to group numbers together. So we have 5 plus 2 in parentheses, and then multiplied by 4. 6 times 2 in parentheses, and then multiplied by 2. And then we can also use brackets for grouping multiple symbols of inclusion. So that would look like this, where you have 2 sets of parentheses here, and then grouped inside of brackets. And when we're simplifying expressions with symbols of inclusion, you always want to simplify within the parentheses first. And if you have multiple sets of parentheses or brackets, simplify within the innermost symbols of inclusion first, and then work your way out. First example here. Okay, we see we have multiple sets of symbols of inclusion. So we're going to start with this 4 minus 1, which is the innermost set. So I'm going to just rewrite this, doing that first operation. So 3 and then brackets, 2 plus 5, and then in our parentheses we have 4 minus 1, which is 3. Okay, and now we work our way out to the next set. So here we would have our multiplication, 5 times 3. So here we're left with 2 plus 15 inside the brackets. Everything else stays the same for now. Then as we keep simplifying, so now we're doing 2 plus 15. So then we're left with 3 times 17. And just like parentheses show multiplication when you have numbers next to each other, brackets also indicate multiplication. So you're going to have 3 times 17, which is 51. And then minus 4. So our final simplified answer is 47. All right, now we're going to add in division into our order of operations. So first step would be to simplify within the symbols of inclusion. Then second step is we multiply and divide in order from left to right in the order that we read. And it doesn't mean do multiplication first and then do division. It just means multiplication and division, whichever comes first when you're reading left to right. And then last step would be to add and subtract in order from left to right. So here's our next example. We're going to simplify. Let's start with our parentheses first. So we're going to rewrite this. And this is how you should be writing your problems in your assignments. It kind of funnels down your answer as you're doing one step at a time. So here we have 7 minus 5 is 2. Okay, so now this is a multiplication here. This is a division here. So we're going to multiply and divide from left to right. So our 4 stays the same, 4 plus. We have 18 divided by 6, which is 3. And then 3 times 2, 6. Okay, and then our last step would be to add these all together. 4 plus 3 is 7, plus 6 is 13. So there's our final answer. All right, and here are your practice problems for you to try on your own. Pause the video, work these out, and then we'll see how you did. All right, first problem. We want to start with our symbols of inclusion here. So 6 minus 4, which is 2. So I'm going to rewrite this. 4 plus 10 divided by 2 minus 3 times 2. Now we do multiplication and division from left to right. So we'll keep our 4 plus here. Now we have 10 divided by 2, which is 5. And then minus 3 times 2, which is 6. And now we add and subtract from left to right. 4 plus 5 is 9, minus 6 is 3. Next, we'll start with our symbols of inclusion here. Keep the rest of our expression the same. 5 plus 10 times 6 minus 2 times 3 times 2 is 6 minus 2. And now we can multiply and divide from left to right. So 5 stays the same, 5 plus, we have 10 times 6 right here, so we'll change that to 60. And then minus 2 times 6, 12, and minus 2. And lastly, we're going to add and subtract from left to right. 5 plus 60 is 65, minus 12 is 53, minus 2 is 51. Here we have, Here we have multiple symbols of inclusion inside of brackets. So let's work from the innermost out. I'm going to start by rewriting this 55 minus 3. And then brackets. 4 minus 1 is 3. I'm going to keep my parentheses. And my 10 minus 6 is 4. Plus 2 and our brackets. Now we have multiplication to work out inside the brackets. So rewrite on our next line, 55 minus 3. Still keeping the brackets here. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 2. Okay, then we need to add within our brackets. So 55 minus 3 times 14. And now we need to do multiplication here. 3 times 14. So 55 minus 42. And then our final answer then would be 55 minus 14, which is 13. And last one, again, work the innermost parentheses first. Rewriting the rest of the problem. 6 minus 3 is 3. 4 minus 2 is 2. plus 2 inside our brackets minus 2 outside the brackets. Okay, and then we have multiplication here. 3 times 3 times 2 would be 9 times 2, 18. So 18 plus 2 inside the brackets. And then our minus 2. Okay, then we're adding inside of our brackets. So now we have 2 times 20 minus 2. Now we'll do multiplication here. 2 times 20 is 40 minus 2. So our final answer is 38. Good. So in summary, when we're simplifying expressions, number one, we want to simplify within the symbols of inclusion, the innermost first. Then we want to multiply and divide in order from left to right. And lastly, add and subtract in order from left and right. Go ahead and do your assignment for problem set 42 and then read lesson 43 in your textbook. That's all for today. See you next time. Have a great day.